Hello friends, it's been a long time since our last video and welcome to Chess Part 2. Today we're going to discuss about more things about chess. First we're going to discuss about castling. Castling is an important chess principle and it's a really good thing to do. You can do castling in less than 4 moves if you want to castle in the king side. Let me show you. E4 or E5, E4, then knight F6, knight F3, bishop B4, then bishop B5. Then castles. How a castle is, you move your king 2 squares and you move your rook above your king 1 square above your king and land like that. That's how you castle. You can also castle queenside, but it takes a bit longer to castle queenside. Castling kingside and queenside, doing either is fine. Okay, so now I told about some notations when I was talking about castling. So I'll explain you what those notations are. You see those numbers over there and those letters over here? Each square has a name. So, say your friend asks you, what's the name of this square? You see, if you put the D, here's the D and the 5. They go to the same square. Find the 2 numbers that go to the same square, then put them on the same square, and that's the number of the square. For example, for this square, E is in the same file, and this is in the same, and 3 is in the same rank. So, since they connected, they go to the same square. The name of the square is E3. Okay, so actually these are files. These straight things that go this way from up to down and down to up, and ranks go from left to right and right to left. And these are diagonals. Diagonals go like this. They go like this. Now I'm going to tell you the piece letters. Like, picture this: E5, E4. Knight F6. Yeah, but the ends for the knight. Yeah, so you need the pieces letters and notations. So that's why I'm going to tell each piece's letter. The rook is R, just like the rook starts with the letter R. Knights are not K because the king is K, so they're N, the second letter. And bishops are B because they start with B. Kings are K because kings start with K. And queens are Q for the same reason. And pawns, they don't have a name because there are so many pawns. It'll be easier to just tell the notation by what square they moved. So, if you move a knight over here, we just learned that the knight is N, its letter is N. So, you put N in the first letter, and then there's F here, and there's 6 here. So you connect them and you get to the same square. So you connect that N, F, and 6 to make knight F6. That's the notation of what the knight has moved. And if you move this pawn, you moved E5 because you moved to E5. Connect the E and the 5, they go to the same square, so it's E5. Then if you do this, you move to B6. B here and stay here, and 6 connect to the same square. And if you do this, bishops are B, remember? So then the square is B7 because there will be here and 7 here, and they connect to the same square. So connect it together, and it's bishop B7. Then if you do E5, E4, F5, yeah, if you move the king in this, you move to E7. Now it's moving your king in the early times is not good. Don't do that. Now I'm going to tell you about some tips So now I'm going to tell you some tips to play your game. So if a person plays E5, E4, and then they bring the queen out to H4, they could just be kicked by knight F3. Then you move over here to give check. They play this. Yeah, and then they have more development than you, and you just wasted time. So don't move your queen out too early. That's number 1 tip. Number 2, castle before move 10. And you could play E5, E4, knight F6, knight F3, bishop C5, and use mostly castle before move 10 unless you have a specific reason to not castle. Number 3. Develop your pieces. Like, if a person does E5, E4, knight CU6, C4, knight F6, G4, bishop C5, D3, and castles. White has more chances of winning because he has developed his pieces, and if you don't develop your pieces and just make random pawn moves, you most likely will get into a worse position. So always develop your pieces. I hope you liked this video, and please subscribe, like, and share this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.